Hi, I'm Holly Pike. If you'd like a trial of the Generation software that I use for digitizing, please visit trygenerations.com. This video is a recording of a live video I did for my previous students. You may hear references to You Can Digitize or YCD. That's my old website that is now closed. My new website is digitizingschool.com. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Hi everyone, Holly here from You Can Digitize. Today I'm going to talk to you about building blocks. I've had some questions about building blocks in the Generation software, and it's such a cool feature I thought I would just dedicate an entire training session, an entire video to the building blocks. I love building blocks, and a lot of you are saying, okay, what are building blocks? Building blocks are little elements of designs or little things that will make your life easier, things that you can save and have access to at any given time right within the software. For example, when you have your software open like it is now, if you right-click on any toolbar, you'll see the toolbar menu come up, and if you click on Building Block Bar, your building blocks will open. And you'll see as I go from tab to tab, you'll see different things in here. These are all building blocks. The cool thing about building blocks is they are already gen files. They call them MNG files, that's their extension, but they're gen files. They've already been digitized in Generations either by you or by me or by the Generations company, but they are gen files. They behave just like gen files, are fully edited, and you can use them anytime you want. You just grab them and use them. There are some really cool features about the building blocks, but let me just show you how they work a little bit. If I come over here and I want this candy cane, I'm just going to left-click, hold, and drag it up, and you see the plus sign where my cursor is, and then let go. Now there's my candy cane. Now you need to generate, but my generate button is being hidden, so for this instance you're going to use F9 on your keyboard. And when I hit F9, you see how that generates, and it makes this design. I'm going to make it a little smaller so we can see it right on our screen. What I don't like about the building blocks is it takes up a lot of real estate, but it's easy to close it. You just right-click on the toolbar, close it, and go on with your business and do your thing. When you need your building blocks again, right-click on any toolbar and open them up again. You can expand the building block bar. So if you have lots of building blocks, like maybe here I have all kinds of applique frames, I can expand that so that I can see everything at once. I kind of like to keep it compact so that I have as much real estate as possible on my screen. And you can just scroll here through the building blocks. It'll just take you right through them just like that. So this is a building block. And this right now is fully editable. I can change anything about it. I can resize it. I can change the stitch nodes if you want to do that. Let's make it a little bigger. Come on. There we go. I can change that, but I'm going to hit F9 because my generate button is gone. So you see, I can change it and it's fully editable just like any other gen design. I love building blocks. They are so handy, particularly when you're doing things that doesn't want to drop, but that's okay. When you're doing things that are repetitious, like maybe a set of Jacobian or Jacobean, however you want to say it, designs, you have things that repeat, and I'll show you that, like this set. I had these little things that repeated in the designs, like this repeated a whole ton of times in the design set. So I just made a building block out of it. And I could just grab them and drag them up and put them in my design with no effort at all. Excuse me. But one of the things I really like is if you need a quick design. I'm looking for my pencil toppers here. Here they are. So if you have kids, excuse me, If you have kids and they do different things at school and you want to make those pencil toppers that you see online, I have pencil toppers right here. I can just grab this and drag it up, generate. Now I've got my pencil topper and I can put anything I want on this. I can change the color. So let's draw a square around that and let's change it to red. Okay, that's cool. I'll right click outside. Now I can make this a patriotic pencil topper if I like, if you're having a patriotic party at school. Now you can stitch this out and it's a pencil topper. You just take it and cut your little slits, slide it on the pencil, and you're good to go. There's also a square one. And you just stitch this on felt, and then what I do is I just cut around the edge with pinking shears, and it makes it really cute and pretty, and then just cut a slit in there with some tiny scissors and put it on the pencil, and there you go. So those are all ready to make, and I can make anything I want. I can make a Valentine one or a spring one or an Easter one. That's cool. And then I also have these what I call word blocks, and if I grab this one and drop it, there's 3 spaces. I already have the letters made, so I can put this up here. Like that. I'm going to select them all, holding my control key, and resize them so that they kind of fit a little bit better inside their squares. This one I think we need a little smaller. So you need a quick little design, because kids are having a Halloween party at school, and oh my gosh, I didn't make the shirt. Not a problem. You can just grab these, put that up there. See how big that is? You can resize it because it's a gen file. Unlike resizing programs, you can only resize about 10%. But this, you can resize because they're basically gen files. You can resize that and put that right there. That was my phone, sorry about that. And here you have a design. All you need to do now is color sort if that's necessary. In this case, looks like you don't have a lot of duplicate colors. Now you can send this to your machine and stitch it out. It's a design. It's ready to go because these are all gen files. I love building blocks. I absolutely love them. Let me show you a few other things about building blocks. How do you make a building block? Okay, well, let's make one. I'm going to take this little punch tool, left click, hold, and drag. When I've got it the way I like it, I can grab these little guys, maybe. Let's try that again. When my cursor changes to the big spiky, see how it's small now, and now it's big, you can make this star any way you like it. Okay, I'm going to say, let's put it there, and then I'll hit Enter, and it generates it, and Escape to drop my tool. Now here's my star. I can make this a blue star, I can make this whatever I want. Now I can save it as a building block. To save as a building block, it needs to be the only thing on the screen. If you have a whole bunch of stuff on the screen, like a big design on the screen, you'll want to copy this and paste it onto another page. A building block has to be only one thing on the screen. It saves whatever is in your workspace, if that makes sense. And you go up here to Accessories, down to Building Blocks, and over, and we're going to save a building block. And this file folder system will open. You can scroll down, and I'll see if I have stars in here. I may not. I don't, but I have patriotic, so I'll put it in with patriotic, if I can find it. There it is. I'll put it here, and I'm going to name it HP-star. I already have one named HP-star, so I'll name it star 1. Once I do that, I'll just click OK. And then I'll go over to my patriotic tab, and here's my star. all done already. You can use this as many times as you like, resize it. Remember, it's a gen file, so it automatically recalculates correctly. This is a wonderful, wonderful tool for time saving. It's really a fun tool as well. Here's my Build a Pumpkin. This is my Build a Pumpkin set, and I like to use this one because it's an applique. And so we stitch the pumpkin, and then we can just put our face on the pumpkin. Like that. We'll take this one. And now you have an embroidery design you can stitch for your kids for their Halloween party at school or for whatever it is they're doing for their school. It didn't take me but a few minutes to put that together. So now you would save it and export it to your machine, just like I showed you in the basic videos, and you're good to go. You can save this and use it over and over and over. Building blocks are awesome. Now let me show you. I did have a question, how do I get something out of my building blocks list? Well, I don't like this process, but I'm going to show you how to do it because it's going to be helpful in the long run. In my Pumpkins tab, you have all these tabs. In my Pumpkins tab is this little baby. Well, I don't want that in there because it's not a pumpkin. So, in order to delete a building block, we're going to go into our Explorer, our File Explorer, where we find our files. You'll go into Windows. I'm going to go slow. You'll go down to SuperTech and click on that arrow. Then you'll go to Generations. You're basically navigating to where your building blocks are stored. Then you'll go to Building Blocks. And it was Pumpkins. It was in Pumpkins. I'll go to Pumpkins. And it says Baby Boy Face. I'll just right-click on that and delete, or select it and hit delete, and it's going to say, are you sure you want to do this? I'm going to say yes, because I don't want it in Pumpkins. I already put it somewhere else when I found it today. So that's how you delete a file. Okay? Easy, not so hard. Now, if you're loading files, say you got some building blocks from me, this is the same place you would go. You would navigate to here, and you would put them in right there. Or you can put them in one at a time by loading them into Generations. You can also, this is your scroll button, you can also right-click on any tab. You can insert a page, hide a page, add a page, delete a page, or rename. So if I wanted to insert a page or a tab, I would just click there, and it's going to say, okay, where do you want to put it? Which one do you want to insert into this group? I can put this one in. These are now, I don't keep other people's building blocks in my software because I don't want to accidentally use them. But I can select this one and just insert it into the pages. So let's do that and say OK. And now let's go find it. Here's the 5mm letters right there. Right there. These are Bob Hopkins letters. And they're beautiful. They stitch out beautifully, by the way. So that's, let me delete that. So that's how you insert a page. Now you can also, right on any one of these tabs, you can hide a page. So I want to hide a page now. Well, it hid the wrong one. How interesting is that? I can add a page. So I can add a Holly page, and there it is. Now I can save new blocks underneath the Holly page. Well, what if I want to get rid of this one? I can delete it, but I don't think that's really a good idea. I'm going to hide it so I just don't see it in my building blocks. I don't like to delete things if I can, kind of get away with deleting them. I'm going to, I don't know which page I deleted or hid, so I'm sure I'll find it at some point. It doesn't tell you which ones are already there, which is kind of, I think that's kind of weird, but it doesn't tell you, so you just kind of have to know what you have lined up here. But that's how building blocks work. Now, the nice thing about building blocks is, in all other software, if you want to make what I call design elements, you would have to go to Open, navigate to wherever, like this is where all my gen files are. Navigate to where all your gen files are, and maybe you have them called flower elements, and you would have to find it and then open it. Now that's not so hard, but it's just so much nicer to have it right here underneath your fingertips. I have ornaments that are applique ornaments that are saved, so I can make an applique ornament anytime I want to make it because they're right here in my building blocks. Now, another cool thing you can do with building blocks, I'm going to go over and find this one. This butterfly, if I left click, hold, and drag and drop, I get a butterfly. That's pretty cool. I can copy it and paste it, and do the same things that you do with any design. Okay, that's all pretty standard. But there's a feature if I right click called block mouse punch. Maybe you want to do a border on some kitchen towels, or a border on the edge of a little girl's dress, or maybe baseballs on the, the sleeve of a little boy's shirt or something. This is called block mouse punch. If I select that and I click, I'm making a border. I'm just staying in the same path and clicking, and I'm making a border. And you can be very, very careful, and then hit escape. You can be very careful to line them up precisely, but if you don't, you can always just move them and line them up. But it's a quick way to make a very, very fast border to put on the edge of something, maybe, as I said, a towel for your kitchen or your bathroom or something like that. And I've done this, and it works very, very well. It works really well. So that's the block mouse punch. Let's see, what else is there about building blocks? I showed you how to save one. How about you can rename. So I can rename this butterfly to butterfly 1. And then you'll notice, that's interesting. So now it's called butterfly 1. Anything can be saved as a building block. Anything. You can save an entire design as a building block. I'm not exactly sure why you'd want to do that, but you can. You can do it. I'm looking for something specific to show you what I saved. Like this. I did another Jacobian where I had all kinds of grapes. So I saved the grapes because it was just easier. It simply was easier. All these things are just little stuff. A bow, a music note, a clock, little bitty house, a baby's face, baby's feet. For whatever, things that I have made that I said, wow, this would make a great building block for whatever. Safety pin, Christmas tree, star, smiley face. And these all will stitch beautifully. A walnut, penguin. You can have as many as you want. There is no, there's no limitation to how many building blocks you can have or how many tabs you can have for building blocks. I think I showed you, I didn't show you these. These are gift tags. I can just drag this up here and make a gift tag. So I can make it out of felt and then just stitch this. You, with a needle and thread, put a hanger through it, cut it out with pinking shears, and I have a gift tag. And you can do this out of felt. You could do this out of heavyweight construction paper, cardstock. I've done a lot of them out of cardstock. You can see them on the website. They're called gift tags, I think, interestingly enough. I have lace base here. So if I want to do a coaster, out of a lace base, I have these, or a panel for something. Here's an ornament, kind of a lopsided ornament, but it is an ornament nonetheless. Building blocks are awesome. I wish all software had this. In fact, in my Silhouette Cameo software, we don't have something like this. We have the library, which is nice, but that library gets pretty slow. So I have something called Design Elements way out on my hard drive. It makes it kind of clumsy and cumbersome. But that's building blocks. I really love building blocks. I think they save a whole lot of time. And you can see I have all kinds of stuff in here. I have teapots, build a teapot, trees. This is for making crossword type things. And here's a bunch of miscellaneous ones. Here's a pink ribbon. Every once in a while you have a friend that, you know, you need a pink ribbon for, sadly, but that's how that works. And then you can close the building blocks to get your real estate back. Just right-click on a toolbar and uncheck building blocks. And that's all there is to building blocks. I love them. I use them all the time. I believe my team does as well, because a lot of times you have repeating things in designs and you're like, man, I have to digitize this every time. I have to digitize this every time. No, just make it a building block. Grab it, drop it, be done, move on. So that's building blocks. And again, my name is Holly Pike with You Can Digitize. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Hi, I'm Larry. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was recorded during a live webinar that Holly taught some of her students for digitizing. At this point, she's finished the lesson that she had planned to teach, and for the next 20 or 30 minutes, probably, she'll go on and answer random questions from her students during the live webinar. I'm going to cut those off, and I'm going to take those and turn them into little video shorts to put here on our YouTube channel later. But for now, you've got this lesson, and if you enjoyed it, learned something, please give it a thumbs up. That helps our rankings with YouTube. Also, if you'd like a copy of the software that Holly's using so that you can digitize along with her, we can get you a 30-day trial that's fully functional if you just go to www.trygenerations.com www.trygenerations.com, and we'll give you all the details there. Thanks for watching.